just over 40 babies will be born around the world. Furthermore, just over 400 babies will be born around the world during this class session. That doesn't seem a lot in a small perspective, but according to the United States Census Bureau, a baby is born every 8 seconds and a net gain of one person every 14 seconds. Now, human overpopulation occurs when the number of people in a region exceeds the carrying capacity of that region. It often refers to the relationship between the entire human population and the Earth. The problem with this fast reproduction rate is that it will result in overpopulation of the Earth and cause even more disastrous consequences than it already has. The two main points I'm going to hit on today is the environmental impacts of overpopulation and the human impacts of overpopulation. I will also inform you what you can do to help prevent and impede overpopulation. As stated by the Environmental Defense Fund, today, for every one of the more than 7 billion people on Earth, nearly 6 tons of carbon dioxide are spewed into the air annually. So the more people on Earth, the more of this heat-trapping gas is being emitted into our atmosphere. Our contribution to the CO2 levels is nothing compared to the ecosystems that we level to make room for this growing population. In the United States alone, the expansion of cities and towns destroys 2.2 million acres of farmland and ranchland and forests every year. Worldwide, between 2000 and 2012, we destroyed 600,000 square miles of forests to make room for more resources to be produced and land to build houses and towns. And this takes into account the 300,000 square miles of forest that were established and replanted worldwide during that time. In addition, the waste that is created for all these resources to be produced is enormous. A city in Mexico and a city in China receives more than 10,000 tons of waste per day. I could go on for days about the environmental impacts of overpopulation because there's so many consequences due to it. The depletion of the environment is not the only consequence of overpopulation. It also has effects on everyone inhabiting the Earth as well. Due to population pressures, people now live in areas that are unsafe. For example, hundreds of thousands of people died between 2010 and 2011 because they lived in flooded plains in Pakistan or by tsunami-prone coasts of Japan, where these places were sparsely populated 30 years ago. As our population stands today at just over 7 billion, over 1 billion do not have enough food or safe water to drink. We cannot afford to let the population increase exponentially when the people we already have on Earth are unable to get sufficient food and water. In addition, overpopulation has made getting a job even more competitive, resulting in too many workers and too little jobs. The total number of jobless people around the world is about 300 million. That is like everyone in the United States without a job. There are more human impacts because of overpopulation. There is malnutrition, poverty, conflict, disasters, just to name a few. Now, how you can impede population growth that results in overpopulation. Did you know that 1/3 of the population growth in the world is a result of unplanned and incidental pregnancies? So the way that you can help prevent overpopulation is using contraceptives during intercourse. As stated by the World Population Awareness Fund, contraception is an easy and direct method of reducing population growth. The popularity and success of contraception in the developed countries is testament to this. And I know saying no one have sex is a lot easier, but it's completely unrealistic. But there's also benefits of using contraception during intercourse, like reducing the likelihood of you getting an STI or STD. Also, just being aware and knowledgeable about what overpopulation is and how it occurs and the major steps in impeding it is another way that you can help stop overpopulation. In conclusion, I have gone through the environmental impacts and the human impacts of overpopulation. If we continue to let population growth grow exponentially, then it will have detrimental effects to the human population and the Earth itself. The easiest way to prevent overpopulation is to, one, be knowledgeable and to use contraceptive during intercourse. Now, I'll leave you with an analogy. Cancer is a disease that tries to forever grow in an infinite space. Organisms can live for years with cancer and feel discomfort only in the final stages. We as a human population don't know when that discomfort will occur, and we don't know when the Earth will be run out of resources. Thank you.